That was quite a commercial break. You got to warn me next time. All right. I don't do breaks. I come in, I do the thing, and I leave immediately. So nobody asks me anything out of pocket. All right. I'll let it go this time, Toe. You seem great. I'll let it go this time, but please keep that in mind. All right, please.
Noted.
Wow.
So I saw your VP nominee Tim Walz, and he was playing the Madden video game, the Madden football game with AOC. So I think Americans, especially those that are Trump supporters, are wondering just how bad your internal polling numbers are right now with men.
He was playing in the hay when we found him initially. I just want to, strike that from the record that he was playing just Madden. He was playing at the stables. I don't know what his obsession with the stables is. We're gonna have to talk to him and address that with PETA. But
Oh my God.
you know, voting polls are like those mysterious swirling vortexes of public opinion, right? So you toss in a few questions and you watch as the collective thought of the populace gets spun around like a salad in a tornado. All right. You've got a sampling of people, a sprinkle of demographics and a dash of statistical magic. Now they're all blending together to form this snapshot that may or may not represent the grand tapestry of the voter sentiment. Are you still with me, Toe?
No, you lost me. You lost me at salad and twister.
Don't pull a Brett Baer with me. You know what I'm talking about.
I don't.
You know what I'm talking about. You took this commercial break and you had a gummy. I don't know why you're still. You know what I'm talking about. Look, it's like trying to predict the weather.
Yeah.
Just by asking a few people why, what they imagine trying to predict the weather would be like. All right? They're not going to predict it for next Tuesday. Some might say it's sunny. Others are going to swear there's impending rain, right? You need to focus on the modality of questions like that. So when it comes to the polling, there's timing to consider. A poll taken on a Wednesday might tell you one thing, but by Friday, everyone could be swept up in the latest news cycle, right? Flipping opinions like pancakes at a brunch. You can't forget the margin of error. So these men are fresh off this, Rogan podcast. So, a lot of them seem squeamish to get onto the proper side. But I'll have you know that I believe that they will be convinced to vote for me after my time with you, Toe. That's what I truly believe.
Let's talk about the border for a little bit. How wide open was it, and why do Americans? Why are they going to believe that you're going to close the border now? What was the number? It was like 15 million, right?
I don't know what the obsession is with the border. I've been to the border. Okay, I've been to the border. 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 I can't, I haven't been to Europe, and you guys are telling me about going to the border. I wanted to go to Slovakia in August. It didn't work out. Joe sprayed his ankle. So, I mean, there's so many things that I want to do. It's all about you guys. What about me?
Yeah.
What about my needs? And I never said I'm closing it. I said I was going to secure the border. Okay. So imagine you've got an open window. Stay with me, Toe. It's going to get wild right now.
All
Imagine
right.
you've got an open window. This is a portal to the outside world. And it's letting in all that fresh air.
Yeah.
All the distant sounds of the chirping birds. Now, closing that window is like trying to capture a fleeting thought before it escapes into the wind. Is that what you want? Do you want to take away the fresh air from Americans, Toe? Is that what you guys are talking about? Donald Trump wants to take away the fresh air. He wants to close the window. I can't let that happen. I can't let that happen. Not on my watch.
Yeah.
Not on my watch. So as long as I'm here, no human being is illegal. These people are great people. They're fantastic people. Donald Trump called them bad people. He's not a good person. That man he's looking out for only the citizens' interest. What about them? Some of these people, they have rights too. We have to give them we have to give them our rights, whatever that looks like. We have to make these people comfortable. So, fixing the economy and all these things, closing the border, it's not as simple as you want to make it sound. Okay, Tone, this is a little above your pay grade. I don't expect you to understand, but I'm not closing the window. I want to feel the fresh air on my face.
Okay.
I feel other things on my face all the time.
No, that's not.
I want fresh air.
Oh my
Okay.
You said, and we have to talk about this.
Right.
You said Joe was in good health. You've talked a lot about Joe. You've talked a lot about Trump. This is supposed to be about you. We're trying to get to the bottom of, what exactly you're about. But you do talk about Joe a lot, so I want to go there. You say he was in good health. You also said that Bidenomics was working. Neither really proved to be true. So why should Americans believe you really on anything, much less that you're going to make their financial life better?
I mean, Joe is as healthy as a horse.
Oh, boy.
He's healthier than the horse that Tim has his eyes on. Look, I'm telling you right now. You don't understand the kind of things that I've put that man through, and he is still alive and kicking. All right, from the concoctions that we fed him to how many times I tripped him down Air Force One, up Air Force One. I mean, I took the air out of his bike once.
Oh, no.
Nothing keeps that man down. People don't give Joe the resilience that he deserves. He's in as perfect health as he gets. Now, I do take my responsibility with my part with the helium. And I've mentioned before that his neurologist explained we can't do things like that anymore. There are not enough viable brain cells left in order to experiment any longer. But, he is so sharp.
Oh, man.
He is so sharp, especially when he goes into those, octaves of like when he's yelling and then he goes down to the whispering. I mean, look at how that not everybody can do that, Toe. Not everybody can do that at that age. He has such a wide range of projection. He knows when, he can go from yelling to whispering in 3 seconds flat. These are impressive statistics. These are things that the people don't know. I've led with that man. And as long as he gets his 2 to 3 naps in a day, he was golden. All right. So my judgment on that is, it's been more than fair. You have to look at Joe. You have to understand he's still alive after everything. He's in good health. All right. When it comes to Bidenomics, that's Bidenomics. All right. That's Bidenomics. Look, Biden's half dead. All right. Forget about everything I just said. These were his ideas. I'm going to be president. I don't know what's wrong with that guy. It's kind of a Weekend at Bernie's situation, but lights are on. No one's home.
Oh my God.
So, fixing the economy, it's going to be trying to like untangle a massive ball of yarn that's been left out in the rain, wrapped around Nancy's cat. All right. You got 100 different things. You can't just expect these things to magically fix themselves. But we, on day one, we're ready to move forward with the change. I've said that many times. On day one, we will move forward with the change. Even though I'm in the seat now, we're going to do everything once you get me that seat. Because I want the same deal that Joe got, right? I want 3 weeks on a Delaware beach out of the month. I want all that stuff. So until they don't, play fair, I'm not going to be doing many things for the American people. You guys, you have to understand that I need to look out for my own interest as well. It can't just be about, you guys. So on day one, you will see dramatic change. Ask ABC. They've already predicted this. They know everything.
Oh my God.
Let me ask you about what you do in your spare time. I mean, it's fascinating because Trump, he's a golfer. He's always out there, swinging the sticks. You mentioned Joe. He likes to hang out on the beach at Rehoboth. He likes a double scoop in a waffle cone. What do you do in your spare time? Tell the audience what Kamala likes to do when she's not making America thrive.
Well, I'm a pretty good cook, right? So, in my free time, I just love to, people ask me for my collard greens recipe all the time. And I have so many neighbors that beg for the collard greens that I got to make them in the bathtub, right? I got to make them in the bathtub. I'm speaking to my Georgians now, to my Southerners, to my brothers and sisters in the HSBC. If y'all are listening, I got some collard greens right here, ready for everyone. So, cometh with me, come to my home, and, joy shall cometh in the morning. So sometimes I'm preaching, like a preacher. And I do that in my spare time sometimes. And sometimes I cook. Dougie's a white boy, but he loves my collard greens. And, I like to cook. I like to experiment with different modalities, with prescription drugs, with some I like to, I like to see what different cocktails I can come up with because I gotta tell you, Nancy, people think that she's only good at insider trading. She is one hell of a bartender. And she has these little cocktails. She has a little black book with all these recipes. So she has a little benzodiazepine
Oh
combination
boy.
two with two dry martinis. That will take you out. I mean, I want to say something else, but we're on the radio, right? I
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
I
yeah.
can't
No,
do that.
radio.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
radio.
I'll behave.
Radio. Thank you. Thank you,
I'll
Madam
behave.
President.
Yeah, so we have all kinds of fun. This is a hard job. I told you, keeping Joe is a hard job. It's challenging, and sometimes you got to take the edge off. So every day, 5 o'clock when my day ends, just like every other hardworking American, we have a happy hour, and that lasts until I don't know, maybe 11:30.
It's a long happy hour.
It is a long happy hour. I'm saving the nation. This is, I deserve it. It's well deserved. So, Nancy's been great. We usually mess around with the companies that she insider trades with. She has a lot of tips. She has a lot. So her portfolio is looking real nice lately. I don't know if you looked at that. Have you seen what I'm worth these days?
Oh my God.
Oh, they're great. So yeah, that's what I do for my free time.
Did you really snub Josh Shapiro because he's Jewish?
Absolutely. Look, I got to be frank here. I need the Hezbollah and the Hamas people, to get on board. I need ISIS. I need all those votes. I need Michigan. So I needed to do what was right for me. It wasn't just my input here. Okay. We have to unburden what has been.
Yeah.
So, Hillary's the one that has the final say. Her and Barack called me up. And, they explained that there was a dire situation. The Free Palestine crowd, they're not very happy with me right now. So I had to tell the world that I'm pro-Israel, but I didn't want to piss them off too much. So I'm kind of trying to, I'm trying to make everyone happy. It's not easy.
Yeah.
It's not easy. I wish people knew what I deal with, but, it hasn't been easy. So for the sake of, global terrorism,
Oh my God.
I had to snub Joshy. But Tim Waltz was the only one that really wanted to do it with me. I don't know what's wrong with him. He's really